crazy out there. I have just been brought in a CD. It was not on my greatest hits, but this lady, she must have had it in her purse or something, and this is on the bride and groom's request list. So everybody needs to get a partner and come on out here. It's a fun dance. You can group dance, whatever you want to do. No, it's not. Somebody grab a partner, and we want you to just kind of sing and dance along. Here we go. We got everybody in?
At the Freeman Hall, you know, you're invited. Come on, baby, grease your lips, grab your hats, and swing your hips. Don't forget to bring your whips. We're going to the Freeman Hall. Blow your whistle, bang your ball, roll up something to take along. It feels so good, it must be wrong. We're freaking at the Freeman Hall. With all the flags and the banks, they boogie together. The leather freaks are dressed in all kinds of leather. The greatest of the saints and the masochists, screaming, please help me, and I'll help you. The FBI dancing with the junkies on the streets, swinging with the buggies across the floor and up the wall. We're freaking at the Freeman Ball. We're freaking at the Freeman Ball. Oh, this is Marvin. It's nice to see you. Everybody's kissing each other. Brother with sister, son with brother. Smear my body up with butter. Take me to the Freeman Ball. Pass that roast beef and pour the wine. I'll kiss yours if you kiss mine. I'm gonna boogie till I go blind.
swing partner out there. Give yourself a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I've got to say, Dad's got a surprise for us. So in order to do Dad's surprise, we need the ladies on one side in a line and the gentlemen on the other side.
Okay, come on everybody. Come on.
Dad's going to line you up.
Guys on one side, ladies on the other.
And it's shoulder to shoulder, everybody.
You lost him. Come on, we need guys in here. Over here. I gotta go over here.
And you just get on the dance floor. It doesn't matter. It's just fun.
Okay.
Wow. Is the first couple ready to start? Do you want to show them the basic side-to-side move or
No,
does
we'll
it?
show. Daddy and I'll show them as we go down.
We'll just work it as we work it.
Zach, you're on the other side. Zach, you're on the wrong side. Wrong side, Zach. Get over here. No, you're not.
He's trying to pick. Oh, you gonna go first? Are you sure?
You want to do this? No, you have to do
Hold on.
this.
I got the stroll and stroking mixed up that way.